I guess it helps that we have like parang a hierarchy as well. Like EcoFolk has an administrative board where like Javi, the president, is, and then we have two vice presidents and then a secretary and a treasurer. But aside from that, I guess we you could say we have two types of heads. We have committee heads and we have project heads. So like the committee heads, their job is parang very stationary. It's pretty permanent. It's being the head of their committee. So like if you're the finance head, you are the head of the finance committee. But for project heads, it's more like for that certain project, you are the point person between the people who are working on that project and the rest of the organization. But basically, the heads of EcoFolk, their main role is to kind of be the bridge between the people who are under them and the rest of EcoFolk. So they're in charge of information dissemination. They're in charge of delegating tasks, and along with that, of course, they're the ones who make sure that deadlines are met and the quality of like the tasks is like up to par with the standards of the organization. And then for committee members naman, their tasks are more specific to what committee they're in. So basically, they attend activities, they participate in meetings, and they carry out the tasks assigned to them by their heads. So they're like parang assistants of their committee heads and their project heads, and they can sign up for projects as well since we tend to limit the number of participants per project or per activity just because it's easier that way and because of COVID then. And then we also have volunteers, which I think Javi is better off explaining because he understands it more.
Okay. So yung committee heads and committee members, they're called the core team. And we have this volunteer pool where and like volunteers who signed up for EcoFolk. So these volunteers for each project, we open up signups for a tree planting, for a webinar, for a plastic collection role. We open up these signups where they can voluntarily like volunteer themselves to like assume that position. So example, tree planting, we need 15 volunteers for the manpower. Yeah, so that's where we get that from. So their main purpose is to help out and for manpower talaga, yung volunteers namin. And they're very willing naman. So it's